This is working. I have a lot to get off my chest. Hello, hello. It's loading. I love that I start every episode the same. I will tell y'all this now. Y'all hear a fan? It is still hot. It's getting better. It's getting cooler outside. At this moment, it's still hot. So the fan is running. Sounds like everything is working. I got scared because it got quiet, but it is working. So, we are here, episode 5, in our WCW MyGM Mode. The start of Season 2. Now, while we did finish off first in the fans, we are third in the race because we only got one Hall of Fame trophy, and NXT 2.0 and ECW both have 2 Hall of Fame trophies. The end of the last episode, we did WrestleMania, Starrcade, Fine and Dandy. We also did the draft, and new additions and departures happened to the roster, which you can look at our roster right here. Hopefully y'all see Wesley's face. So I've been thinking for a week because I have said several times that the main goal for Season 2 is to build up a tag division, and we definitely have the potential for that. So, Kurt Angle, Chad Gable, Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne Butch, RVD, Wesley. Those are 3 teams that when I look at them, 6 individuals, 3 teams, when I look at them, makes sense for them to be a tag team. Now, LA Knight, Dijak, and Bobby Roode, I think that any combination of those 3 could make a decent tag team. Granted, we don't have to have every single competitor be a tag team, but just having that as an option helps things out a lot. Now, if you also look, we're not even with the heel to face ratio in the men's division. Women's division, it is literally equal. So, for the sake of this, we need to sign one more male talent that is a heel. Doesn't have to be a heel, but I want it to be a heel to form a tag team with either Dijak, LA Knight, and Bobby Roode, and then depending on how that goes will determine a lot of other things afterwards. So, our first thing to do, granted, we should probably make one of these adjustments. That is not what we're doing in this first episode, this week 1 show. What we're doing is signing a heel talent. Now, looking at our power cards, the only thing that we have would affect their talent searches. So, I would say established star, because I don't want to go balls to the wall. Male who is a heel. And then class doesn't really... Because I will say this, right off the rip, I think Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne is going to be our initial tag team. And then whatever, we can match them up with anybody because they are specialists. So what other class this person we're about to look for doesn't matter the most. So we're actually going to go... We do renowned stars or icons. We'll go all the way. We'll do icons. We'll meet in the middle. So here we go. Whoever the best available option is will be signed to be in a tag team. And I've been waiting all the week. I've literally been waiting all week for this because this is what I've been thinking of inside of my head. And I was like, I'll wait until I'm actually filming it. That way we're seeing it all at the same time. So here we go. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, The Miz, and Sanga. Here's the thing. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins make a lot of sense singles-wise. The funny thing is, The Miz makes perfect sense to team with either LA Knight or Bobby Roode. I think we're actually going to change things up. I think we're going to sign Seth Rollins. We're going to sign Seth Rollins. Here's the thing. Roman Reigns is. Look, I'm not even paying any attention to Senga. If y'all watched last season, Senga was ECW champion the whole time, so which I realistically should sign, but I'm not. The Miz partners with all three of these men that I keep saying over and over again: LA Knight, Dijak, and Bobby Roode. Where with Roman and Seth, it doesn't really feel that way. Roman, obviously, is the biggest star out of all of these and would be a main attraction, even though he costs slightly more than Seth and Miz, but they're all three at the same. They're level 15s, obviously. I'm talking myself into signing Seth. I think he could partner well with Dijak, and that would leave LA Knight teaming with Bobby Roode. So, that being said, we're signing Seth Rollins. And this is 2015 Seth Rollins. Y'all don't really know that, but I do know that now because I just addressed it. Now, how much do I want to? Anytime I need my calculator, I found it quickly this time because I don't want to dig us in too deep of a hole. So we're at 24 minus. I will also say the good thing is I have a golden contract extension and another contract extension thing already. So I'm going to just go with the initial 5 weeks to save the money. So Seth Rollins is now with WCW. Crazy thing is, we could obviously sign Roman and team him with Seth, and then we'd find somebody else, but I think that is going extremely, extremely crazy. I'm not that crazy. So, that definitely, reuniting the Shield, holy crap, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't that crazy. So, Seth is on our roster. He's gonna team with Dijak at some point. Again, we don't have to have all these people teaming at once. Now, the thing that is coming to mind, though, is that we still have an uneven amount of heels and faces. So I think I'm going to have LA Knight turn heel and Chad Gable turn. Now here's the risky thing. I'm going to have Seth feud with RVD. They did it a little bit in 2014. It's not prime versions of both men, but very, very close. Dijak and Wesley I'm going to have feud because they're the only cruiser and giants that I have on the roster and is needed. Now, my issue is I don't want to turn Chad, because my initial plan was to turn Chad Gable heel and feud with Kurt. But if you look over here from something last season, wrong section. These two teamed together before. So I think I need to build up their rivalry, so have them team first and then maybe feud later. That I think is going to be plan B or C. So I think for now, I need to turn LA Knight heel. And him, who is he going to feud with? Him and Bobby Roode are going to feud with Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. Now, my only issue here is not that big of an issue. Is I didn't want all the specialists feuding with each other. So that would be 3 specialists feuding at the same time. But I'm trying to build this tag division up. It's nothing to be that upset about. And we also signed Seth Rollins. I didn't really expect that to happen during this episode. So, Seth Rollins and Dijak at some point will be a tag team. RVD and Wesley at some point will be a tag team. Actually, that is, yeah. That makes even more sense because I said I wanted to do Wesley versus Dijak. So, LA Knight and Bobby Roode, we'll call them former TNA World Champions. Which the funny thing is, I think I was about to tell a lie. I was about to say, I think they're both one-time world champions, but Bobby Roode had another world title run in 2014 going into 2015 before they went to Destination America. Showing the big brain on me. So, for this first episode, also, I didn't say this over here. We don't have a women's champion. Our new women's champion will be crowned at Backlash / Slamboree. I think that's what I called it last season. Now, the plan here, as I just covered my nose and then tried to speak, the plan here, RVD is so freaking over. We're going to have Rhea feud with Michin. We're going to have Candice feud with Valhalla, and we're going to have Tiffany Stratton feud with Liv Morgan. But during these first initial shows, we're going to have these one-on-one matches, and then at Backlash, we'll do a triple threat with the winners. Whoever wins that will be the women's champion. So, our rivalries right now. Kurt Angle. Oh, that was a... I keep confusing myself so much. Who the hell is Kurt feuding with? Is Kurt feuding with Chad? Yep, I did. Alright. I didn't want to turn Chad Gable heel, but we still... Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4 heels. So we need to turn Chad Gable heel. And he's going to feud with Kurt. Now, I just gave y'all that plan. I'm going to hope that these two... First of all, this is a great rivalry in the making. A great tag team. So it's a win-lose situation where I could either get one or the other. There's a chance that I get both. And I'm doing this booking out loud that y'all somewhat understand. So, I'm just going to hope that if I have these two feuding together, that down the line, if I need them to be that tag team, that it doesn't affect things. But like I said, we still are uneven with the heels. So I'm going to turn Chad Gable heel. He's going to feud with Kurt. Maybe after this rivalry, it joins them together to be a tag team. Like another TNA reference. AJ Styles and Kurt Angle were feuding for the longest time in TNA. They were tag team champions together. So and it's a Kurt Angle reference as well. So, for this first episode, we need to do a role change of LA Knight. LA Knight and Bobby Roode are facing Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. Now, if you look over here, because last season we didn't complete all the freaking challenges, this one you can't really predict or plan. This one, I don't have enough right now, and it's doable at least. This one is definitely doable. This one is doable. I don't know if I want to do it right now, though. I very rarely do self-promos, so I doubt that. Submission matches, I could do. The thing I don't like about submission matches is that sometimes it speeds the rivalries up, and then sometimes it doesn't. But again, this is doable. I've already lost count. This one is difficult for me. This one is doable. This one is doable. So I definitely think I have surpassed the 5 threshold. That being said, though, this one is a maybe. That's a maybe. But that being said, I'm not going to do both role changes tonight. So tonight we'll start with LA Knight. I also need to rewrite down what I was thinking. So RVD is going to be feuding with Seth. Bobby Roode and LA Knight are going to be feuding with Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. And then Kurt Angle is feuding with Chad Gable. So a rivalry rundown. Angle, Gable, RVD, Rollins, which I think I need to turn Chad Gable heel tonight, to be fair. Role change. Chad Gable. Pete Dunne, Wesley and Dijak, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate versus Bobby Roode and LA Knight, Rhea Ripley, Michin, Tiffany Stratton, Liv Morgan, Candice LeRae, and Valhalla. We're spending a lot of time on just the first freaking episode. Our main event, Rob Van Dam and Seth Rollins. Ensure your least popular available specialist is in a match this week, which that would be Pete Dunne and Tiffany Stratton have the same. So Pete Dunne. This gets so. Here's the thing. I don't want all the specialists feuding with each other and wrestling each other, but I think it needs to be done. We're also going to do Pete Dunne and Bobby Roode in a submission match. So Pete Dunne, again, was the one that qualified for that. So we need 10 submission matches, 3 no holds barred. So to get this done early, we're gonna make this match a no holds barred. Now I don't really like doing no holds barred matches. Whoever loses this match or whoever wins this match will be cutting a promo next week, a call out promo maybe. We have several different promos that we need to do, but to start this rivalry off, here we go. This match specialized for RVD, our US champion. So there's that. We need a women's match. So we're going to start off with... We're going to do a charity promo with Kurt Angle. And then a call-out promo. So we need Wesley and Dijak to have a match. We're going to go balls to the wall crazy and have these two... I was going to go balls to the wall there. We could do it. I don't want to do a submission match for them. Let's think. An ad promo. Do we do it from Rhea? I think we'll do Rhea having the ad promo. Liv Morgan and Tiffany. I'm trying to think which of these matches. I actually think Rhea. I think Rhea would put on the best opening match out of our women's division. So we're gonna have Tyler Bate, who everybody in his rivalry. Actually, that's a lot because freaking LA Knight's not doing anything. We'll come back to that. Rhea Ripley, Michin. Boom. Right here, I think we need to do Wesley and Dijak to start this off. Then next week, LA Knight will cut a promo. I'm going to do it. I didn't really have to do it in a stipulation match, but I am. And then call out or do we even need we need to add promo because we're spending a lot of money in this first freaking episode. We're spending a lot of time on this first episode as well. So we'll have LA Knight because he has our highest promo. Now, here's another thing that I will say as we're finished with this first episode. Next week, I'm going to try, depending on how much money we get back, I'm going to try to do one of these upgrades, but that's not guaranteed. I don't really need any of these. We're trying to get out of third place. We're trying to get these Hall of Fame trophies. And like I said, we have contract extensions for Seth whenever they're ready. So here's another thing. If anything happens in the near future with this game, I'm going to wait till we were talking about the other shows. Rhea Ripley, Michin. Michin, wow. Not putting on a good performance. I can look past it. Chad Gable is a heel. Submission match, Bobby Roode. I know he's listed as Robert Roode, but oh my God, we're not putting on a good first show. To be fair, we're trying to like reestablish and establish new stars. And our main event should definitely have a high rating. Extreme Rules, Dijak, Wesley. Okay, there we go. We didn't have to spend all this money, but we are in the lead with our fans. So I'm not trying to risk that. RVD wins. Seth is out for 1 week. 3.5 stars. That was a no holds barred. Now, here's what I was getting at. For some reason, wow, look at that main event. I have 2K on disc. And for some reason, anytime I insert the disc now, it says that there's an update. And then it takes several seconds. There's not ever really a freaking update. And it takes several seconds for the game to start up. And I don't know why that is. And it slightly bothers me. As Otis is a TV and tag champion and loses a singles bout to Wade Barrett, who I did want to draft. And then when I saw him during the draft, I completely I didn't even see him until he got drafted. Sami Zayn, the new ECW champion. Gunther and Wade Barrett would be a pretty good match. As Braun Strowman is the new NXT champion. Sensational Sherry looking to continue her NXT Women's title run. She's been champion for an extremely long time. So, what I was getting at with that statement about the disc, I don't really know what the issue is, but it does bother me. So, we had good booking. We don't have enough money to freaking do an upgrade. We do get another contract extension, so Seth Rollins should be on our roster for the season. We're still in the lead with the fans, but NXT is slowly but surely catching up. Have one Hell in a Cell match. Okay, that's a bit crazy, don't you think? What do we get for it? Alright, we need, this time around, LA Knight to role change. That way he could team with Bobby Roode. Wesley and Dijak. We're going to do we want to do this Hell in the Cell? What did we get? I want us to be smart. Actually, I'm going to lie to y'all. I was going to say we're going to be smart. Because we're going to do this no holds barred one. Get it out of the way. Because actually, we're going to do the Hell in the Cell. We're going to do the Hell in the Cell and then hope that they're available for the pay-per-view. I wanted to do the no holds barred to get that done. But in-ring XP is valuable. I was thinking it was a freaking another talent scout one because we was getting a bunch of those last freaking season. As Kurt Angle is going to face Chad Gable in a submission match. Try to get that done. Liv Morgan is facing Tiffany Stratton. And then, like I said, all these singles matches will spurt off into rivalries of their own. I know that makes it long and drawn out, but it is what is needed for my booking's sake. And then so Pete Dunne and Robert Roode are the ones that had the match last week. Tyler Bate didn't do anything. LA Knight is doing his heel turn tonight. So we're doing a charity promo with RVD. I'm trying to think of how many. Like I said, we're probably more than likely never going to do a self-promo. So we need 10 charity promos. Call-out promos, again, that might... I will say the good thing is that if you still do these, you get the challenges even after you complete the file. So we need to keep that in mind as well. Now, the issue here is that do we do both the women's match qualifiers here? I think that makes the most sense. So we're going to do Valhalla and Candice LeRae as well. We're going to try to get this submission match thing done too. And now, I was going to do a tag team call out because Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate aren't doing anything. But instead, we're going to have... I don't want to do... A, it costs more money, and B, I don't want it to, like, say, oh, well, you didn't do it because it was a tag team call-out thing, you know. Overthinking AHS. Because we don't need Robert Roode calling out them. We need the tag team. So, we'll have Rhea call out Michin, because their rivalry hasn't even, like... They haven't even listed this as a rivalry yet, so it gives Rhea Ripley something to do. Actually, Rhea, scratch that. You'll be calling a promo. It'll be an ad promo because I'm stingy and need an ad promo every week. And there's that. So the submission match thing could be done extremely quickly because we'll be at 3 at the end of this episode. We spent a lot of time on episode 1. Episode 2, I'll just get it done with. I was thinking about this, but that doesn't really do much for me. So here we go. Dijak Wesley once again at the request of Triple H, a Hell in a Cell match, which is a bit insane as Dijak wins again. Now, we're not going to book these two in a match next week. My plan is for the go home episode is to have Tiffany Stratton wins. Now, I will say the good thing about Michin winning and now Tiffany Stratton winning is that it won't be all heels and faces in that triple threat match at Backlash for the women's title. Now, here's the tiebreaker one with Valhalla advancing. So it will be Michin versus Tiffany Stratton versus Valhalla. I might get a little bit crazy and do a triple threat match on the go home with the loser, call it a loser's bracket. Whoever wins that goes to Backlash. Again, that's just thinking out loud. I don't even really know how you spell Valhalla. I'm trying to write it down. As Kurt Angle wins. Could have been a little bit better. This isn't... None of these have registered as rivalries except for Wesley and Dijak. But that could be a good or a bad thing down the line.
1, 2, ring it.
Because I'm still looking down. I don't even know what's going on here. I ain't gonna say, Mick Foley has fallen off since his booking. Since he cut us off at last year's SummerSlam. Because I just noticed a mistake on my paper. So I wrote down WWE MyGM. No. It's WCW MyGM. I'm not even really paying attention to their show. Bailey, shout out, our former women's champion. As Gunther, Sami Zayn, another back-to-back world title matches with a new champion, this time around it being Tony D'Angelo, who we're seeing way too much of last season. As Braun Strowman is now a double champion, which I don't know how I feel about that, but it is not my show. As they're going to crown a new North American champion in their main event. This is multitasking AHS. I'm having to skip. I'm having to write stuff down. I'm having to look at the computer to make sure the freaking stream is working, which the computer is far away. I'm going to double check that my mic's working. Indy Hartwell calling out Sensational Sherry. Everything is working still. Alright. I've also not said, I haven't even plugged stuff, but very crazy week on the channel. It's been like that almost all month, but this week is the start of the NFL season. So NFL predictions will be returning to the channel this week. I'm excited for that. So Dijak and oh no. All right, NXT is literally less than 1,000 fans behind us. Don't like that. Nashville, Tennessee, shout the hell out. Anytime I do these, they don't work. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna do the right thing and just not do it. This means I think we'll do Chad Gable and Kurt Angle, a rematch at Backlash. Now the issue here, here's the issue, is that we could obviously do that match once again and then have a third match at Backlash, but it would have worked out way better if I just held it off until Backlash. But we'll do that match. What to do. Steel cage match. This is useful. So what to put in a steel cage, I don't know. I don't really know. Wesley and Dijak are going to get the week off. Chad Gable and Kurt Angle. All right, Tyler Bate has not been used at all. We haven't even really started booking tag matches. So we're going to stop that. We're going to start it right now. Bobby Roode and LA Knight versus Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. We might do a best of 3. Like, this is match 1 of our best of 3. So boom, bang, there. Kurt Angle and Chad Gable need to have another match. Do I do that match? I think we're going to do that match in the steel cage. It doesn't resolve any rivalries. We don't have any rivalries really to be resolved yet. What to book in this? So our opening match is going to be RVD and Seth. We'll do this in a submission match. That means that we'll already have 4 submission matches, correct? A charity promo. I don't think we have enough money to do a no-holds-barred match, but you don't have to do... I kind of want to get that done. But here's the thing about the no-holds-barred matches as well, is that whoever loses is obviously out for a week. So doing these 2 matches, that could have been worded a lot better. I didn't even finish the sentence. We'll do them in a submission match. Which match is more damaging? So this is medium stamina. This is high stamina. So we'll do Chad Gable and Kurt Angle in the steel cage. Give them a rest next week, and then at the pay-per-view they can have a 3rd match off a week of rest. I already said that I wanted to do RVD and Wesley versus Dijak and Seth on next week's show. So we'd have 2 tag matches. Now over here with the women's division, we have several options. I think we're going to have... Who has the better promo ability, Liv or Tiffany? Liv was a 2. Tiffany is a 3. Tiffany doesn't really even have to do this, but to have the call-out promo challenge done, we'll do this. We need to do a charity promo with Liv doing the charity promo. We're going to have Rhea and Mi-Chin. Which, also the crazy thing about this is that we can do Rhea and Candice, and we can do Mi-Chin and Valhalla, because they all match up heel and style-wise. And that, to be fair, that could be what follows up. But I'm only saying that now is because none of those have registered as rivalries, where Stratton and Morgan, it did. And Rhea and Candice didn't qualify, so I think we're going to do that match right here, and whoever wins, we're going to make it a 4-way match at the pay-per-view, or worst case scenario, it's still just a triple threat. We'll just have to see once we get to Backlash. Now, I'm going to try to save money and not... We got the 2 I said stupid, but 2 stipulation matches, which are probably our 2 best rivalries going on. We're going to have another ad promo. Boom. We don't really have any money to spend anywhere else. How many submission? We got 1 submission match tonight. We'll do 1 no-holds-barred match at the pay-per-view. Like I said, I don't need to rush and do all of them at once. I'm only doing that just to get it done. So we have 25 freaking weeks. If 25 weeks I don't get 10 submission matches, or better yet, 3 no-holds-barred matches, that's on me. That's really on me. So I'm just trying to get the freaking Hall of Fame trophy for this stuff this time around. So this would be the 3rd show with a charity promo. This seems a bit difficult. Having 10 heel/face turns seems a bit crazy. This is doable. I just haven't done it yet, which I thought I did it at least once. This, if you're booking no-holds-barred matches, that immediately scratches that off. And we haven't even looked at power cards, as I had to burp. But I'm okay with this week's episode. Just hoping for no injuries, and I kind of already had, again, in advance what I wanted for next week. So RVD, Seth Rollins.
1, 2,
with RVD winning again. To be fair, they don't really have any submissions in their maneuver list. First match, our best of 3 for the tag team titles. Rude and Knight win. I'm just gonna hope that NXT has a bad show. Ripley and Candice LeRae. So Candice wins. Here's the thing. I don't want... Rhea Ripley is our most popular female star. I just don't want her getting upset and then wanting out or wanting more money, which the money option is probably the more likely route. So what happens with her, we'll see. I thought for certain she would have ended up as our first women's champion, but she lost twice. It would not make her any sense for her to be in a women's title shot at Backlash. So our go home episode. As my dog walks in the room, he wants to know what's happening. He's a big NXT 2.0 fan. Seth and Dijak versus Wesley and RVD. LA Knight, Bobby Roode, Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne. Women's triple threat, maybe. We got several options there, but I at least knew 2 matches. Kurt and Chad Gable will give the week off because they worked back-to-back weeks. As my dog saw NXT. Hey, NXT 2.0 is about to be on right now. He walked out of the room. He's upset Drew just won the TV title. I ain't gonna lie. I think every week of ECW thus far has had a title change. I think every week of every show's had a title change. NXT can't. So. We also need to be thinking about, like, this time around, we don't have to do the challenge for trades, but I was very interested in Wade Barrett. I don't really know what I would give up to get Wade Barrett, though. And I don't know how you have a triple threat tables match, but it did well for them. I need NXT 2.0 to do bad, though.
1, 2, ring that bell.
So we're getting a little bit more money. Not enough to upgrade, but we also spend money every freaking week. So now we're behind NXT 2.0. That's great. I didn't plan on doing that anyways. Do not book your most popular cruiser. So that triple threat match I was talking about is getting thrown out the window. Dun, 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 dun. No holds barred matches. All right. Shows without an injury. Book 10 shows with a charity promo. 10 shows with a call out. Change the role of 10. All right. Liv Morgan does not need to be booked. I think our main event needs to be RVD and Wesley versus Seth Rollins and Dijak. Now, the concerning thing here, staminas are questionable on all the RVD Wesley side at least. I think we're going to end up doing a fatal 4-way at Backlash. Candice versus Valhalla versus Michin versus Tiffany Stratton. That leaves Rhea Ripley and who else out of the mix? Liv Morgan. Which is funny because that's the real life rivalry. Now here, we need to do Bobby Roode and LA Knight again, which I'm going to, hold on. I'm going to hope it says that, yeah, I'm glad that it says that they work well as a tag team. Now, it's funny, again, that the real life tag team, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, it doesn't say that. Now, also, we're going to do this, just so I don't have to worry about that with Seth again. I've been thinking about getting the fixed match, but it's just, I'm kind of going with the flow right now. If somebody wins, somebody loses a match, it happens. That's kind of my thought process at the moment. Now, I'll also say I can afford one of these. I keep forgetting that. So I think for the sake of this week's episode, do we want to go with the updated crew or network? I think we'll go with the backstage crew upgrade. So that limits our money, obviously. And then next thing, obviously, to upgrade would be getting commercial ads. Now, over here, we're having Kurt. Do we have Kurt do a charity or an ad? Which one? I think we're going to have Kurt doing the ad and then Rhea doing charity. Rhea will do... Where's Rhea? There's Rhea. Boom. Call out. We'll have Chad call Kurt Angle out. Now, if their rivalry concludes at the pay-per-view, okay. I don't think it will because it's only a level 1. It might conclude at the next pay-per-view, which I think would be the best option for us. Now, we have to book all these matches, which... We're going to have another tag match. The best of 3 series that we obviously would need Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate to win. Tyler Bate lost 2 stamina in last week's match. We're also kind of saving money, if you're looking at it. Liv Morgan is the only person here that cannot compete. Now, again, this is kind of like a teaser of... Alright. This is going to mess things. First of all, they got a level 2 rivalry. That's kind of nuts. Now, I will do this. Hold on. If we do this, and then Liv runs in. Now, kind of makes sense. Having that would be beneficial, so I apologize, Liv. You cannot appear at all. Boom. Kind of screws things up with the rivalry, potentially, but for the sake of things, this kind of makes sense. Now, Valhalla and Michin. Boom. Now, I could book one of these. See, I can't book either the tag matches as a no-holds-barred. At the pay-per-view, RVD Seth Rollins, Wesley Dijak, Kurt Angle, Chad Gable, women's title, either triple threat or fatal 4-way, Kurt Angle, Chad Gable. Then we still have people available to do charity ad promos. So what I'm trying to get at is neither the opening match or the main event could be no holds barred because I don't need any of those getting injured. Now, I could do one of these as a no holds barred, which no holds barred matches cost all of our money. So I'm going to do the responsible thing and not do it at all because I can't do 2, and we're just going to save the money. We know the story there. I've talked about it almost every freaking week. So we're saving money. 40,000 to be exact. No, 50,000. Yeah, I can't do math off the top of my head. I'm going to get the exact number here. 50,000. Now, I will say, there's definitely a high chance that NXT 2.0 beats us in the ratings again, but I think our pay-per-view is going to blow theirs out of the water. Our premium live event is going to blow theirs out of the water. And this is being safe and responsible. There's no real injury risk going on here. I'm trying to think, is there any of these? We're going to use this for NXT. We'll use it on NXT. Don't think I forgot what you did to me before, Foley. Or wait, why? All right, ECW's in the purple, and NXT just now passed us up. I was trying to say, look at it here. We are ways away from freaking $10 million. We're not that far off from the $4 million. Which one have we done? We've done the $2 million. Then it's you get to $10 million. So that's our only trophy we have so far. Anything else of note? Liv Morgan, did I not take her out? Hold on. Do not book your most popular cruiser this week. Is that not Liv Morgan? Ashley being booked. Timeout. Do not book your most popular cruiser this week. Normally it says fulfilled. So I'm just going to clear this match out entirely. Still has that. None of these guys are cruisers. Kurt's not a cruiser. Rhea's not a cruiser. Valhalla, Michin. Oh my god, it's Wesley. It's not even Liv Morgan. That is hilarious that I completely forgot about that. So Liv Morgan, guess what? I've had this match planned all freaking month. We're not changing it. The injury rehab, it could come into play at some point that would be a need, but I already had this match. I had that match planned, and this benefits us to have this run-in take place, so everything is working out. Now, this might, again, affect the match rating, but we're focusing on the Backlash, Super Brawl, Slamboree. I need to quit doing the WCW pay-per-view names. So, here we go. I've been spending way too much time on this. The go-home episode. LA Knight. All right. Okay, so it's not a best of 3. It is not a best of 3. And maybe it's going to be a best of 5, and we'll just crown the tag champions and add on. But so far, LA Knight and Bobby Roode are in the lead 2-0, depending on however we look at it. Yeah, we need to do all stipulation matches, all good things for the pay-per-view. Because this match is going to suck, too. I call that. And our main event's going to suck, too, ain't it? I don't even know who just won this last match. I just realized I could have simulated this whole... We're going to see something in a second. Okay, thank you guys for saving this. Valhalla, I still don't know how to spell Valhalla. I, again, don't even know who won that match. We can see it in a minute. That's what happens when you try to multitask. RVD/Lee versus Rollins and Dijak. So, if I do this, we could have been speed running through these. We're going to do it for the sake of just getting it. We're not going to do that every week, obviously. We did not have a good show. So, Candice won. Valhalla won. Doesn't have Valhalla's name to where I can freaking see how to spell it still. But we have some money. But we're not going to spend it on that upgrade until we get to TV. Because we're at a pay-per-view now. They're up by a lot. And ECW is catching up. So we need to go big right here. Okay. Select. Everybody loses popularity. Select. Wait a minute. Select all the stars. Okay. No one is popular. That's funny. It's power because I'm gonna guess that's William Regal's special power card. Yeah, I wasn't gonna use those. Okay. No freak. He did it again. He did it again. He literally did it again. He did it again. He did it again. He did it again. I'm just glad, first of all, my God, the women's title match is going to be in the main event. Oh, my God, I can't believe we just did that. I can't fight 2 people at once. I could. I can't. This is so mother effer. They're just mad that I can't even say that anymore because freaking Regal's in the league. All right. The good thing is, we did not have the tag champions and women's champion crown. That would have completely screwed things up. We could still do those matches. Tiffany, I need you to get healthy, but you're going to be in this. Oh, my God. I think our opening contest. Tag team tornado match. I don't know who to book in the last man stand. I will also say Valhalla won, Candice LeRae won, which was supposed to be our rivalry. Kurt Angle and Chad Gable now can be extended. Dijak and Wesley has been a good rivalry. Seth is not happy. He hasn't won a match yet in WCW, so that explains that. So I wanted to do this triple threat, but we can look at it as a tournament instead of a triple threat that we're booking to because, like I said, on last week's TV, Candice won and Valhalla won, and that was the rivalry I was going to do anyways. So we're going to have them main event to crown our new women's champion, and we'll do that in the last man standing to get that done. And that way, they might get injured, but in the no holds barred match that I'm going to book, someone's guaranteed to get injured there. And I also was like, oh, Tiffany Stratton needs to get rest. Her popularity is what's low, not her stamina. So, for the women's title, last man... we'll do them in a last man. We'll see. We'll wait and see. We might not get any promos done. Actually, Seth can do a charity promo or an ad. We'll just do an ad and we'll do a charity by Gable. And then we'll see what we need to do here. I forgot to put the tag titles. Boom. Dijak and Wesley will more than likely be our highest rated match. Trying to think this through. I'm trying to think of the match order. I know the matches that we're doing. I'm trying to think of the best order. Because, like, this... I don't know. Wesley and Dijak, I think, should main event. I know that sounds crazy, but I think they should main event. What was the special match for this show? Extreme Rules. We'll probably do Strat. How much stamina does Stratton and Liv have? We're going to do them in the no holds barred match. We're going to do Valhalla and Candice in the TLC match. Dijak and Wesley, last man standing. Rhea, Michin, Extreme Rules, which I just time out. I only put this as TLC because I thought this was the branded. It isn't. Do we do this in a hell? That would be all our time out. Do we have anybody left for promos? I don't think we do. We don't. So we're going to go balls to the wall crazy and do a Hell in a Cell. Screw it. So every match is in a stipulation. And how many no-hold bar matches do we have left? I'm sorry I keep losing count on this stuff. So I think we're going to go ahead and get this done. And instead... my God. We don't have enough money for the two no-holds bar matches anyways, unless we change one of the other matches, which I personally don't really even feel like doing. I'm alright with this, how it is. I just hope on everything that we beat them in the ratings. As we crown a new women's champion and our first tag champions, which will more than likely be in the thumbnail of this. So let me go ahead and get that for y'all. Yeah. So let's... tag titles in the opener, women's title in the main event. I know it being in a Hell in a Cell is crazy, but it's to make up for literally our two most popular stars, Kurt Angle and RVD, not being able to be booked. Wesley and Dijak. Here's the thing. I know this is going to be our highest rated match, and I should put it in our main event. But I ain't pulling my hair out over this. We got another no holds bar match done. We need to do one more, have that challenge done. Extreme Rules match because this is the show specialty. I like Michin. I'm hoping Rhea wins. That way she is not upset. So I'm going to write all this down before we even press start, and then we'll wrap this episode up. Episode 30, Backlash. Rude and Knight versus Bait and Dunn. Tag title Tornado tag. Ugh, I just stood up. Bro, we still... Look, this episode flew by. Still was an hour long. Which is a bit nuts as I knocked my paper down. Wesley and Dijak, which has been our most consistent rivalry thus far. This time around, they'll be battling in a last man standing match. Now, here is also the thing with Wesley and Dijak. Let me go. Here's the thing. They're low on their XP, so no matter what promo I do for them, I don't think it can change their styles yet. And this is probably the main rivalry for these two because they're the only cruiser and giant on the roster. Liv Morgan and Tiffany Stratton. No holds barred. I'm surprised I had enough money for all of this. Rhea Ripley and Mia Yim, aka Michin. Extreme Rules. And in our women's title tournament final, Valhalla, which is spelled Valhalla, versus Candice, who is a former WCW Women's Champion in our MyGM. Hell in a women's title, Hell in the Cell. So here we go. I don't have to spend all this time writing this stuff down. Who's going to be our first tag champions? And it is Bobby Roode and LA Knight. As the rivalry continues, so these four men will be competing against each other lots more. We'll get some money. Dijak Wesley. Wesley wins. 3 stars. Did Wesley win every match? He lost the Hell in the Cell match in the 2nd episode. That was Wesley's first win outside of that tag team title or that tag title match. As Tiffany Stratton exacts some revenge. Liv Morgan is out a week. Rhea Ripley finally gets a win. Not a good match for some reason. That kind of bothers me. As we'll have a new women's champion. That being our former women's champion, Candice LeRae. We put on a good show. Can't complain that much. If y'all want to spend y'all's time watching freaking Tony D'Angelo in a 30-minute Iron Man, that's all right. Sami Zayn and Gunther in Iron Man kind of sounds good, so I can't complain. We're just going backwards. We take 1 step forward, 2 steps back. We get new tag champions, takes out our other champions, and we're in 3rd place. Bull crap. Going PG this episode. I don't think I've cussed yet. Said bad words. As we kind of got a double title match. TV champion versus world champion. NXT 2.0 over here. Bro, this show beats us. I'm going to be pretty pissed. All normal matches. Come the F on. Freaking half. It'd be a half star. Close enough. World title match in the middle of the show. George Steele. There's your freaking NXT champion. George the Animal Steele. Sheamus and Damon Kemp. Oh, Damon Kemp won. Get out of my face. Sandman Angelo Dawkins. Sandman, congrats. Get out my face. Alright. Bro. I can't. First of all, I was going to say, why are we going backwards with money, but we did every match a gimmick match. That doesn't help. It really doesn't. Yeah, y'all getting this used on y'all. Okay. We're still ahead of ECW in fans. We were 40,000 behind NXT in fans, but now we're 30,000. is now, first of all, Dijak and Wesley, their rivalry is still continuing. What is Wade Barrett listed as? A fighter who could change to a specialist. I thought he could have changed it to a giant. Then it would have made sense for him to feud with Wesley. Ricky Steamboat, I've wanted on this roster. But for the sake of having everything like so planned out, we're not doing any trades this time around. I love you, Gunther. I don't need you at this moment. This is something for down the line, so. Why would I give them that much? Y'all are, get out of my face. I'm actually pretty upset about that. Alright. Hey, guess what? I got more fans than you, Foley. Hey, you're going to keep teaming with Pete Dunne. You can get one singles match. You can get one. I can't. All right. You're going to get your singles. Here's what's going to happen. He's going to get a singles match. I don't know who it'll be against. Maybe LA Knight, depending on what the freaking text message says. He's going to get the singles match, and then he's going to lose. And then Pete Dunne's going to message me like, see, look, I heard Tyler Bate was talking crap about me. I guess he needs me. So I'm trying to build this tag division up. So you can get one singles match. Bro, you want both? That is not the craziest thing. That's actually not that crazy. LA Knight, because I believe in you. And this would literally be all of our champions in one match. That's not that crazy. Alright. Fatal 4-way matches reduce the match type cost by 50%. Select a superstar. Whenever this superstar is used, you gain 1,000 fans. Show quality is booked when a show... Look, that sounds like a lot of money. This doesn't. This gets us fans. Granted, it's only 1,000. So we got 5 shows of this. This is using a lot of people up. This is debatable on which one to use. I think I'm worried more so about the fans than the money. Now, I think we're going to put all our eggs. It's either who... This is conflicting. This is conflicting. It's either Kurt or RVD. It's either Kurt or RVD. I was thinking LA Knight, but his stamina is already low. Actually, it's going to be LA Knight. And we're going to just hope that we're putting all our eggs in the LA Knight basket. So, I'm going to plan this episode out, and then we'll start off the next episode with this. So, we already know the main event. Crazy freaking main event. But LA Knight called out. He's a tag champion. He wants the other champions, RVD and Kurt Angle, with Seth doing a run-in and attacking RVD, which starts their rivalry up because they haven't even been registered as a rivalry yet. Bobby Roode is going to face, or Tyler Bate wanted a singles match. Now, who he's going to face? Probably Dijak. Probably. I don't know. We're going to have Tiffany Stratton do a call-out promo. Actually, I'm just going to tell you this now. This is going to take a lot of time. First of all, we're going to go ahead and do this while I'm thinking of it. That way we're all level 3 on everything now. Now, whenever we get to level 4, we'll have to wait and see. So we obviously don't have the money for it. We don't have enough money for that, but that would be very good to use. We're going to wait and use one of these. Skill draw one run in on one of your champions. We're doing that. That works out. Tyler Bate is going to get a singles match, but I just don't know against who yet. Tyler Bate. Because it's either Dijak or Bobby Roode. It's one of the two. I think we're going to go with Dijak. Do we go... I was going to say, do we go crazy and do a no-holds bar? But I guarantee I don't have enough money for a no-holds bar, so we can't. Maybe... I was going to say, maybe we do that next week. We can. Tyler Bate and Dijak will have a match. Stipulation might be added at some point. Now, a rematch from Backlash. Rhea Ripley and Michin. Probably a submission match. Because again, we've booked every show with a perfect curve, which is good. We've done a charity promo on every show. This can't, again, do with the no-holds barred stipulation. We're going to probably do our opening match in a submission match. We need one more no-holds barred match, which I was going to do this week, but we can't, obviously. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. We just need a 5th one, and this one's doable, this one's doable. This one's questionable. This one is doable. We could probably do a call-out tonight. I just don't know of who yet. Oh, boy. I want to give Candace some rest. I don't know what we're going to use for that final match yet. All right. I'm leaving you on a cliffhanger. Because, like I said, this is a crazy main event. It's a main event that makes sense. 3 champions all in the same match. LA Knight asked for it. Again, it makes sense to me. Seth gets to do the run-in to start up the rivalry with RVD, Kurt Angle, and RVD get added into the mix because they couldn't be at Backlash because of Punk, AHS, if you know what that says, Mick Foley. So this is where we'll pick up next time around on MyGM Mode. I do appreciate y'all for watching this. I don't know when the next episode will be, but we got lots of videos coming out on the channel, planned to come out on the channel this week, so hopefully they come out and you watch those. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your week. You like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one because I'm out for now. I'm out.